Hi, my name's Jackie, and this is going to be a 20-minute somatic yoga practice for tight hips. I'm also going to throw low backs in there because I think the two can often go hand in hand. As a reminder, somatic yoga is essentially a form of a meditation. It's like a moving meditation. So the movements are going to be slow. We are going to notice our breath. We are going to try to let go of the narrative in the mind as we are moving through certain poses and really just kind of become the observer of the thoughts and the observer of the sensations in our body in order to really meet our bodies where we're at and in order to really sink into more of a parasympathetic state, kind of calming down the nervous system so that we can really sink into poses rather than force them. That all being said, let's start on our backs. We're going to start on our backs, knees bent, feet to the outer edges of the mat. Gently let your knees fall in toward one another. Back of the hands on the ground. Relax the shoulders down to the mat. Feel where the hips meet the mats. And allow them to sink down rather than feeling like they need to brace against. And feel the bottoms of your feet on the floor. Just getting really present in the body and grounded. And then we'll take an inhale through the nose, filling the belly with air. Exhale through the nose or mouth, releasing any tension you feel in the body. Another big inhale. And exhale. One last deep breath. And let it all go. Moving those arms up, even with the chest. Feel your shoulder blades grounding in. And we're going to let our knees both fall over to the right side. Little windshield wiper. We'll hold it down here and take a breath in. And out. 2 more breaths here. And as we lie here, notice where your body's hanging on to tension. Notice those areas that feel a little stuck or uncomfortable, and send your breath there. Trying to consciously let go of the tension as much as you can, and noticing how the body unfolds for you. On your next inhale, let's gently bring the knees back up to center. No rush, no force. Drop the knees over to the left side. Move in ways that feel safe to your body. And once those knees are as low as you can get them, start your deep breaths in and out, settling in, maybe observing thoughts in the mind as they come up, and allowing them to float away with your exhale. There's nothing you need to do or solve in this moment. And we'll bring the knees back up to the center. Big inhale. One more time, drop the knees over to the right side. If you want a little deeper stretch, you could take your right foot and gently place it on top of the left knee, but don't force that if it doesn't feel good to your body. You can think of this practice as an opportunity to check in with your body. Sometimes all your body wants is for you to notice areas that have gotten a little tight or uncomfortable, and allow your body to have a little space to stretch and relax. That space is really where all the magic happens. You can unhook that knee if you have it. Carefully bring the knees up to the center. then over to the left, sinking down slowly. And then you can hook the left ankle on top of the right knee if it's available to your body. Notice if those shoulders are relaxed. Unclench the jaw. Really just observe the areas that your body tends to brace and see if you can relax those. You can let go of the knee and bring the knees back up to the center. Let's hug the right knee into the chest. You can keep the left foot on the mat, or you could extend it down to the ground if that feels okay in your back. Feel your hips sinking down to the mat. Maybe you want to start rolling your right ankle around, nice slow ankle rolls. Other direction if you're rolling your ankle. Letting any stress or tension pour out of the body and sink down to the mat below you. Really allow yourself to feel held. We're going to take that right knee, bring it up to about a 90-degree angle, grab the knee with the left hand. Right arm comes down to the mat, and we're going to gently pull the right knee across the body toward the left side, keeping the shoulder blades grounded. When that knee goes as far over as you can get it without force, take a big deep breath in. And on that exhale, notice what you can let go of, what you can sink into a little bit more of. It might just mean that you feel a little more relaxed in the pose. You might not move further at all, and that's okay too. The more consistently we give our bodies a safe space to relax, the more the muscles will start to loosen. We're going to gently come back to the center. Hug the right knee into your chest again. That'll just help the back feel safe. And then we're going to bend the left knee. Plant the left foot, and we're going to put the right ankle across the left thigh. You can use your hand to gently push the right knee forward a little bit. We're going to go into this figure 4 stretch, or this lying down pigeon. You could stay right here if this right hip feels tight and you're feeling a good stretch. Or you can lift the left leg up, hug behind the thigh. Or if you want a really deep stretch and it's available, you could hug all the way around the left shin. More is not necessarily better. So find what works for your body, what allows you some space to sink into. When we force stretches, our body will sometimes tighten up because it doesn't feel safe. So this is all about creating safety in the body. Slow, deep breaths. One last breath here. And then we're going to take that right foot that's across the knee and gently either bring the right foot down to the mat, or you can straighten the right leg all the way down, and we're moving right into the left side. So the left knee is already toward the chest. You could gently circle the left ankle. Other direction. bring the left knee up to about a 90-degree angle. Left shoulder comes down and out on the ground. The right hand will grab the outside of the left knee. Take a big breath in. And gently pull the left leg across the body, pausing when that left shoulder blade wants to pop up. And take a deep breath in. And allow your body to sink a little more into the stretch. You can think about all the emotions you feel throughout the day as being a form of energy. And when we don't allow ourselves to fully feel those emotions, they can get kind of stuck in the body and cause that bracing and that tension. So as you're lying here on the mat, think about really using the breath to kind of move some of that energy from those emotions through the body, and allow your body to stretch from there, so it doesn't feel like it's protecting or bracing you from danger. Gently come back to the center. Hug that left knee into the chest one more time. Bend the right knee so the foot comes flat on the mat, and then we'll take the left ankle, bring it across the right thigh. You can gently press the left knee forward. You might stay here, or you can bring the right leg up. You could hug behind the thigh, or all the way around the shin. Kind of a choose your own adventure. Choose what feels good to your body. Part of this somatic practice is noticing how one side feels compared to the other. Without judgment, we're just observing. And breathing into the tension. Trying to smooth it out just a little bit more, layer by layer. Observing where the thoughts go while you're stretching. Are they trying to avoid the tightness? Are they angry at the tightness? Upset at yourself? Just observe all of it without judgment. Take a breath. And come back to feeling into the body. And then we're going to take both knees and hug them into the chest. So it depends how you feel. You might just hold the knees with the hands. You might be able to wrap around and grab your wrists. Some people can come all the way and grab their elbows. Again, more is not better. Sink into what feels good to you. Try to relax your shoulders down. Make sure the jaw is unclenched. You could add a little rock side to side. You could stay here, or if it's available to you, come into happy baby, which is feet coming up. Elbows are on the inside of the knees as you grab the outside of the feet. Happy baby can be hard if you have really tight hips. So if that's the case, you could just stay with your knees bent, but just bring your knees a little wider, and then you'll still get kind of that hip opener. Find what works for you. Nice deep breath. Releasing anything no longer serving you. Let it fall away to the mat. One more deep breath here. And let it go. Bring the knees back in. Plant the feet down. Couple more moves. We'll turn over to a side and just pause for a second in a side lying position. You can rest your head in your arm or grab a pillow if you have one nearby, a bolster. And as you lay here on your side, this is an excellent position
to notice if you are bracing versus relaxing. Can you soften your hip down to the ground, your shoulder, your ribs, knees, ankles? Feel every point of connection between your body and the ground. And sink down like the earth is holding you. It helps your body get out of fight or flight, and it helps create more space. One more deep breath. And let it go. We're going to turn over into tabletop. From tabletop, we are going to walk our knees wide. So I'm going to turn on the mat just so you can see my knees. You can stay the same way as long as you have some cushion under your knees. This is Frogger, so I'm going as wide as I feel comfortable going, stretching the inner thighs. You can stay here up tall. Maybe you want a blanket underneath your knees. Find ways to make it more comfortable. You can pause the video and come back. Or if you're with me, you can sink all the way down to the elbows and breathe. If you want, you could add a gentle rock front to back. Sometimes movement helps release that energy a little bit more than the stillness does. But our bodies are super intuitive, so really let your body guide you. It'll start to build more trust between you and your body. Really slow down that exhale. Imagine the tension that you feel sinking down the thighs, down and out the knees to the mat every time you exhale. One more breath in and out. We'll come back to the middle, planting the hands, bringing the knees together. Move in ways that feel comfortable to your body. Last stretch for the hips before we rest in our final pose. So we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. If you need something to hang on to, that'll help you sink into the pose. Feel free to grab something, like a chair. We're going to take a step forward with one foot, gently engaging the back glute. You can engage the core a little bit. We're stretching the front of this back hip flexor. And I'm kind of engaging the glute so that my low back doesn't get pressure. So as I lean forward, I'm starting to feel some lengthening right in this hip attachment here. Now, that's the way that I like to do it, and it's really protective of the low back. If your low back is feeling good and you are a little more flowy and you just kind of want to sink forward, even maybe looking up at the ceiling and arching that back a little bit, that's okay as long as it feels good to you. I just like to give different options. Everyone's bodies are a little different. Deep breaths, sinking into this hip flexor stretch. You may want a pillow under your knee or a blanket. Don't force your way through it. Find ways to make it a little more comfortable. Your body will open up more. One last breath. And let it go. And coming back to the center, switching the legs out, right foot forward. Either engage the glute in the core and lean forward from there, being a little more protective of the back. Or you can let go and really sink the hips forward. You can add a gentle rock front to back if that feels good. You'll notice when I'm doing these, I move in all sorts of different ways. I just kind of let my body guide me in what feels good. And sometimes it's stillness. One last breath. Last pose, I'm going to give you a couple of options. You can land in child's pose if that feels good to you. Knees about hip width distance, sitting back on the heels, coming down to the mat, and just relaxing your head into your hands. It can be a very soothing pose for the nervous system. It can stimulate that vagus nerve. If you don't love this for your hips or your knees, you can start, or you can go back to the same position that we started in, which is lying on your back, knees touching, feet kind of wide on the mat. And this is usually a very safe pose for the back. Or if you like Shavasana, you can straighten the legs and relax that way. And in these last few moments, in these last few breaths, imagine your body melting to the floor beneath you. Noticing if you have any tension around the feet, the toes, and let it go. Noticing the calves and the knees, the thighs, all the way to the hips. Where are you bracing or tensing that you don't need to be? What can you let go of? Move it through with your breath. Relax the glutes, the low back, even the stomach. Feel the mid-back meet the ground, the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulders. Relax the arms down to the hands, even the fingers. Relax any tension in the upper shoulders and the neck. Relax the jaw and the tongue. And relax the muscles around the eyes and the cheeks, the forehead. Let it all go. Do one more last deep breath with you today. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose or mouth. Please stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Follow along. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build up some followers here on YouTube. I am happy to take suggestions, so if you have any ideas for next videos, things that you would like to see more of, just drop me a comment and I will work on making some more videos here in the adult section. Have a great rest of your day.